Hello guys, it's OD here with a new video in which I will be showing you a few tips that you can take advantage of to make your greater rifting experience a more pleasant and successful one. One of the issues that comes up is the trial rift. Say for example that you're currently working on clearing a greater rift level 40, yet you only manage to get keys that are level 38, meaning you'll have to go through 2 additional levels before getting to where you want to be. As you probably noticed, inside the trial rift there's 4 health pools. A good item you can use here to reset your cooldowns as well as replenish your resources is the Ghoul bracers. In the case of demon hunters, this will allow you to have your wolf cooldown usable for each of the last few waves, providing you with a big DPS boost where you need it most. This is more focused on solo use of course. A party of 4 will usually get higher greater rift key levels than they can handle solo depending on the party setup. If that's an option for you, then do that instead if they're up for it. One of the biggest issues you'll have standing in your way when trying to reach a new greater rift level or rank is the rift randomness as well as your level of focus. Even with the tip I mentioned earlier, you might still not get to the level of key you'll want to be at, in which case I'd recommend taking your time and patience and leveling multiple keys to that max level you know you'll be able to handle. This way you're bound to increase your chances at getting a decent rift instead of a completely empty one, or maybe filled with imps that give you no progress and getting annoyed because you have to start over again. Also, you won't be losing your focus as much as when having to go through all the levels before getting to where you actually want to be. There's an area in the Greater Rifts that resembles the Halls of Agony level. As you can see here, the pit still spawns a ton of zombies, and this particular place will allow you to get quite a lot of rift progress in a short time. Don't skip this. Hopefully you're able to see what I mean, since the place was a mess due to the elite pack and other mobs as well. If you really want to heavily rely on RNG, then Harrington's is still a decent choice. There's a few areas in which there will be a ton of clickable objects, like the pony level for example is full of them in the form of clouds, as well as some decent ones, Cathedral with the bookcases or Halls of Agony with the torture tools. This one is strictly for demon hunters. Sentry placement is extremely important. Always try to be very aggressive with this. When you see the pack of mobs you're attacking is almost dying, place your next sentry a bit ahead, so maybe you'll have some more uptime on your next pack of mobs. Another thing you should do if possible is pull the next pack of mobs or even elites to your already placed sentries. Also in places like keeps, try to place them in doorways so they can reach both rooms instead of being limited to just one area. Pay attention to the Rift Guardians animations. Most of their attacks can be predicted and avoided completely, or depending on class, mitigated by a defensive skill, and can mean the difference between failing and completing a rift. As you can see here, I dodge every single one of Rakanoth's charges, whereas if I'd even be hit once, I'd die in a single hit even with 15 million toughness and double unity. There are however 2 abilities that I can remember off the top of my head, which can't be dodged manually, and that's Skeleton King's Jail and Butcher's Conal attack with chains. They can be outranged though, but that's not really an option for everyone. If you want more mobility besides whatever skill you use on your bars, then you might want to use the Warzekian bracers. An item that's usually ignored by a lot of people can come in handy if you're not forced to use Reaper's Wraps, Strong Arms, or something else. There's a lot of breakable objects in most of the Greater Rifts, and this particular item can shorten the downtime between mobs by quite a lot. Use your medium DPS cooldowns even on trash if they have a lot of HP. Most people, including myself, but not anymore, are used to saving their cooldowns for elite packs because of how MMOs used to work and how you'd want your cooldowns ready only for bosses. But in the case of Greater Rifts on higher levels, you'll have trash mobs with billions of HP, so cooldowns can make a big difference here compared to T6 where everything just dies in a second or 2. Try to learn which mobs give how much progress and if they're worth killing or not, and if it's better just to skip them. For example, there's a few obvious really good ones, such as the Colossal Golgors, Hulks, Punishers, Zombies, whereas on the other side of the spectrum, you have mobs like Imps and Shadowy Apparitions, which are nothing but a waste of time until they balance the progress better. If you get an elite pack and manage to kill the yellow mob, it's better to just skip killing his minions unless they're really low on HP or a type of mob that will give you a lot of progress, mostly because you already got the progress globes from the pack. You should do this, of course, only if it's an option to skip them, like say next level entrance is close, or you know they won't chase you around and kill you. That was pretty much the information I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.